Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 13th of November 2017. So on Friday, the pound was sideways to higher. Started off lower. Sell signal wasn't filled in the buy signals because the momentum thereafter, the three bars, wasn't enough to move the market higher either, as the market traded sideways following each signal until eventually breaking out after more than the three required bars there. However, on the overnight, the market's down. I can see there nearly down 100 points there, and if we look at the daily chart, you can see this market still stuck in a sideways trading range there, heading back down towards the 130.32 level. News for today. Well, Harker's already spoken. He was out at 10 minutes past midnight, so that takes care of that. Let's have a quick look and see what news we've got out for this week. So what have we got for tomorrow, the 14th? A lot of news out tomorrow. This is all of the 14th. We've got Evans speaking. That's the US Fed. CPI for the UK, PPI, RPI. Carney speaking, Yellen speaking. PPI for the US at 2:30, and core PPI, mortgage delinquencies as well there. And the times are wrong on this, aren't they? You just may have noticed that. Let me just alter this. This hasn't been adjusted for the daylight savings is on here, though it didn't look right. Right, so let's go back and let's have another go, shall we? Now that's more like it. Right, so we've got, as I say, all of those that I just mentioned, obviously an hour earlier than what we just saw. And then Wednesday, we've got, again, Evans out speaking. Just having a look later on in the day, average earnings, CPI, retail, core inventories. So yeah, usual stuff. Again, a lot of news from last week's quiet week. There's a lot out this week. And Thursday, again, quite a lot of news. Notice how many days this week we've got central bankers out as well, coming out to no doubt keep the market moving to the upside as best they can. And then on Friday, we've got building permits and housing starts. So a lot of central bankers and of their ilk this week out actually speaking, so keep that in mind as well. In the Dow on Friday, well, it started off with a bit of volatility, but then it ended up with absolutely nothing. You can see there the market moving down, but we don't want the market down. We know they don't want the market down, and they then bought the market back. It then traded sideways and became narrower, as you can see there, and then eventually moved out to the upside in the latter part. But don't forget, it's only 50 points between these two lines from here to here, so you can see how quiet it was on Friday. In the daily chart, you can see this. What's interesting is that we had some selling on Friday inside of this bar. It's also an inside bar, which means it's inside the range of Thursday's bar. The high and the low is inside the range. Definitely some selling around there. They're going to have to do their best to try and bring this back. We're very close to the 20 bar average there, struggling with the 76% as well. This market's starting to look very susceptible to a correction at the moment. It's got to hold above these two levels that I've just shown you. It's only got to drive through the fib 76% if it is going to move higher. Failure to do this will see the market move to the downside. So there is some sort of weakness around at the moment, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if the central bankers and all of the other members will do their best this week to try and pump this market back to the upside. But certainly an increase in the volume in this market, and in particular over the last week. No doubts about that, but they'll do their best to bring it back as they did on this day. Here, let me just get the right drawing tool. on Wednesday of last week, where you can see where the plunge protection team came in and moved the market back to the upside. Quick look at the implied volatility, which is also showing an interesting picture. So on the implied volatility, this actually moving to the upside, 1017 from 999, and given how quiet it was on Friday in the market moving towards the highs before the close, very interesting to see that they're actually marking this up. The only way this is going to move lower is that they can drive the market through that 76% in the daily chart. Other than that, it's starting to look very interesting here, because the market now is starting to show, as you can see here, a sideways range of higher than normal volatility that we've had for some time. So let's see how the market goes here. And also notice as well that 26th of October, 1041, 1017, see if the market will break through there as well. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there's anything to report, I will let you know. Other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.